Okay, this section is about the applications of quadratic equations. So for each application questions, we have to write an equation that is quadratic equations. Okay, then the first one is this. Okay, on the right side, okay, a car dealer bought some number of cars and then sold some number of cars. So let's say the car dealer bought some number of cars at $120,000. Okay, this is the total cost that the car dealer spent. And then they sold X number of cars. They sold X number of cars, and 4 cars were not sold. So let's say the total number of cars that the car dealer bought is X plus 4. So he bought, the car dealer bought X plus 4 cars at $120,000. All right, then we are looking for, okay, how many cars has the dealer sold and what is the average price per car? So the selling price, let's consider about the selling price per car. Okay, selling price per car. Okay, the selling price is the cost per car, this one. The cost per car plus the profit per car. So there, some of these two will be the selling price per car, right? Selling price. So selling price is the cost plus the profit. And the cost per car is, the total cost is what? The total cost is the total amount that the car dealer spent. That is $120,000. The total cost is $120,000. The number of cars bought is what? X plus 4. So this one, X plus 4. And the profit per car is given. The profit per car is $2,500. Okay. And then the selling price per car is what? The selling price is the selling amount, the total amount that the car dealer sold divided by the number of cars sold. So the total amount is $120,000. This price is same as the the purchase price. So anyway, he bought X number of cars and the total amount is $120,000. So divide this amount by the number of cars, X. Get this one. So when we write the diagram in a equation, the selling price per car is equal to what? Sum of the cost per car plus the profit. So sum of this cost plus the profit per car. Then for each we have an expression. So selling price per car is $120,000 divided by X. The total cost per car is what? The total amount, the total cost divided by X plus 4. The total number of cars. Plus the profit per car is $2,500. That is given. And then this is the equation that we are looking for X. So solve for X. So multiply the equation by the LCD. LCD is X times X plus 4. And then you cancel out so that the denominators are gone. And then these two, and then clear the parentheses. And then collect all terms to the right. Then we have this equation. And from here, let's factor out 2,500 or divide the equation by 2,500. Then here is a simple quadratic equation. So from here, we can find 2 factors for each x squared and negative 192. And then sum of the cross multiply is 4x, same as the second term. So x is equal to now 12 and negative 16. And negative x is number of cars, so we don't allow the negative number. So eliminate negative 16. So there were 12 cars sold. 12 cars were sold at how much? Okay, the total amount sold is $120,000, and divide this by the number of cars sold, which is 12. Then for each car, the car is $10,000. The price of the car is $10,000. Okay, so finally, the car dealer sold 12 cars at an average price of $10,000 per car. So this is actually not easy, right? Not easy. So please understand the question and then think about how we got the equation, the quadratic equation. Okay, example 2. Okay, there is a picture, and this picture is 6 inches taller than the width. So 6 inches taller than the width. That means the length is W plus 6. So width, because taller than, less than, or greater than, then we use what? The second expression first. So write down the width first and then plus 6. So this is the length. And then the area of the picture is 216 square inches. What's the dimension of the picture? So we gotta find the W and the value of L, width and the length. Since the area is given, what's the area formula? Area formula of a rectangle is W times length. So let's use this formula. Area equals width times the length. And then area is given, 216. And then width is W. Length is, instead of using this L, replace this L with the expression containing W. So write expression in terms of W. So L is written as what? It's replaced with W plus 6. So this is the equation that we need to find, that we need to solve. So what is W? Alright, so clear the parentheses. W squared plus 6W. Move 216 to the right side. Minus 216. And then let's find factors. So W squared W. And the difference between the length and the width is 6. So, okay, 216 is a product of two numbers, and then the difference has to be 6. So why don't we try something like, this is not easy to find the numbers because the number is large. So we can try 16, the 2 times 8 is 16, so probably let's try this, 12 times 18. 12 times 18, then that is 216. And minus sign goes where the smaller number. So this is negative 12W, 18W, 6W. Okay, so finally we can write it as the equation is a product of W minus 12, W plus 18. Then W equals 12 or W equals negative 18. And W is a length. So we gotta eliminate this negative value. So we have W is 12. Then what is the length? Length is W plus 6. So 12 plus 6 is 18. So 8 is the length. 12 is the width. So the dimension is what? 12 inches by 18 inches. So width by length is 12 inches by 18 inches. So in this case, what's important is area. Use the area formula. Area formula of a triangle of a rectangle is length times width. Length times width, and then replace this L in terms of W. Then solve for W. Okay, since the number is large, 216 is large, we have to find, it may take time to find these two factors, 12 and 18. Okay, this example is related to a compound interest rate. So the amount after n years with the R% compounded annually. So the annual compound interest rate is R%. And then with the original investment, the principal is P. Then this is the formula. The total amount after n years. Total amount after n years with the annual compound interest rate R. With the principal P is this. A equals P times 1 plus R to the nth power. Okay, now we are looking for the interest, the annual compound interest rate R. Okay, when the principal is increased, the principal $6,000 increased to $6,933.75 after 2 years. So this is the total amount, and this is the p-value, right? And then n is 2 years should be the number of years, n. So we can write an equation like this. So the total amount is 6,933.75 equals the principal $6,000 1 plus R squared. Okay, so this is the equation, and then we gotta find this R. Okay, how? Okay, first of all, the R is inside the parenthesis and exponential form in the base, so leave others first. So move 6,000 to the other side, and then divide each side by 6,000, right? Then that is equal to 1 plus R squared. And since R is in the base, we can do what? And then you know the something squared is what, 1 plus something. So you can get rid of this square. Then we have 1 plus R is equal to plus or minus square root of 6,9, you know, the left side of the equation. Then R is equal to, move 1 to the other side. Then move 1 to the other side, so that R equals -1 plus or minus square root of, no, we gotta use calculator, 6,000. Now -1 minus is negative. -1 minus negative, so actually this is equal to -1 plus square root of this. Because negative minus is still negative, so in that case we don't need it. Then this is equal to, use calculator, then this is -1 plus 0.075. So R equals, not this, so 1 point, sorry. This is 1 point. So R is equal to 0.75. This means the annual compound interest rate is, okay, one more zero, right? One more zero. 0.075. So this is equal to 7.5%. So use the formula. You know, this formula is given. Then plug in all the numbers provided. So when we solve this one, R is in the base, so we gotta move other numbers first. And then we use the quadratic, the square. So since this is square, you can remove the square, and then the right side is plus or minus, right? Okay. Okay, this example 4. Okay, ski club, borrows a bus, charters a bus for a ski trip, and they pay $720. So the total bus fare is $720. That is given. Okay, the total bus fare is $720 is given. And then we are looking for how many ski members are in the club. So let's say X is the number of skiers in the club. And then they invited 4 non-member, skiers. So 4 of them are not in the club. So the total number of skiers is X plus 4. So X is number of club members and 4 is non-members. And then once they share the bus fare, the original bus fare per skier should be 720 divided by X, because there are X members and the bus fare is 720. So divide 720 by X. And then once 4 non-member added, the bus fare per skier has dropped. So it decreases by $6. So actually that amount will be, okay, this is the original bus fare per skier, and then $6 decreased. So you subtract 6 from this amount. 720 over X minus 6 is the new bus fare per skiers. Okay. Then how do we find the number of skiers? Okay, so in this case, let's use the total bus fare. Okay, the total bus fare is $720, and this total amount is the product of number of skiers. So number of skiers times what? The bus fare per skiers, right? So the number of skiers is, X plus 4. This is the number of skiers, right? X plus 4. And the bus fare per skier is this one. The bus fare per skier is what? $6 decreased from what? 720 divided by X. Okay, so from this equation, now we can solve for X, and this X is the number of skiers in the club member. So in order to do this, okay, from here, okay, let's make it simple. Let's make it a one fraction, and then multiply X each side. Then this X cancel out. We have 720X on the left side of the equation. And then use the FOIL method to the right side of the equation. And then collect all the X terms to the left. This one cancel out. Then we have this equation. And then 480 is a product of 20 times 24. And then negative 20. So the sum is now 4X. So from here, X is 20 and negative 24. And negative number is not included in the solution, so X is 20. So finally, there are 20 ski members in the club, and they are going on a trip. Okay, this example is about the work done problem, work rate problem. So there are 2 machines, machine A and machine B, and this machine A takes X minutes to complete one job. One job is copying. This is a copy machine, so X minutes. It takes X minutes to complete one copying job. Then it will complete 1 over X job. 1 over X job will be done per minute. This is the work rate. And machine B takes X plus 12 minutes. 12 minutes more than the machine A takes. So X plus 12 minutes. So every minute, it can finish 1 over X plus 12 job, right? Okay, and then if both machines work together, then they take 8 minutes to complete one job. So every minute, you can complete 1/8 of the job. So 1/8 of the job will be done per minute. So these numbers are work rate per minute. So the number of jobs are done per minute. So we can write an equation. So this equation is represent the number of jobs done per minute. So the first one is 1 over X of the job will be done per minute. The second expression is 1 over X plus 2 of the job will be done per minute. So once they both work together, then it will take 1/8 of the job will be done per minute. So from here we can find x. Then x is the minute that machine A takes. All right, so let's find the value of x. Let's solve this equation. So we gotta multiply each side of the equation by the LCD. So what is LCD? 8 times LCD is x times 8x times x plus 2. So multiply everything by 8x times x plus 2, 8x times x plus 2, 8x times x plus 2. Then x cancel out, 8 times x plus 2 plus x plus 2 cancel out, we have 8x. 8 cancel out, so x times x plus 2. And then clear the parentheses, so 8x plus 16 plus 8x equals x squared plus 2x. And then 16x plus 16 is equal to x squared plus 2x. Then x0 is, move all the terms to the right, then x squared. Okay, minus 16x each side. Minus 16x each side. Then minus 14x. And minus 16 each side, so minus 16. Then 0 is equal to, okay, so let's find the combination. X times x, 16 is 2 times 8. Wait a minute, let me check on this. Okay, I copied incorrectly numbers. Okay, this is x plus 12, right? X plus 12. So this gotta be 12, not 2. It's gotta be plus 12. So x plus 12, right? So LCD is what? X plus 12, x plus 12, x plus 12, x plus 12. So this is not correct. It's gotta be 12, right? 12. All right, let me erase this part again. We gotta use the right number, the correct number. So this is 12 plus 12. All right, then this is equal to x squared plus 96 plus 8x, x squared plus 12x. Then 16x plus 96 is equal to x squared plus 12x. And then move this one to the right, so minus 16x. Then this is equal to 0 is equal to x squared minus 4x. And then minus 96 each side. Okay, so from here, let's find the combination. X times x. Okay, 96 is okay, 8 times 12. 8 times 12 is 96. And then multiply negative. Okay, 12 by negative. Then this product is 8x. This is negative 12x. The sum is negative 4x. Okay, so this is equal to x plus 8, x minus 12. So x equals negative 8 or x equals 12. All right, so remove this negative 8. So x is the 12 minutes. So if machine A works alone, then it takes 12 minutes. And if machine B works alone, then it takes 12 minutes more than x, 12 more than x. So it's gonna be 24 minutes, right? So this is, so machine A takes 12 minutes, and machine B takes 12 more than this, so 24 minutes. Okay. If both work, it's given 8 minutes. So in this case, when you write an equation related to the work rate problem, then we set up an equation based on the number of jobs done per minute. So this is equal to 1 over the number of minutes. Okay, 1 over the number of minutes is the number of jobs done per minute. Okay, in this example 6, we are looking for the length of the sidewalk. Okay, here's building A and building B. And this is the L-shaped sidewalk. And the distance of the L-shaped sidewalk is 200 meters. So let's say this is X. Let's say this is X meters. Then this will be 200 minus X meters. Right? So because the sum is 200, so total minus X is this length. Okay. And then use the Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem is what? Right triangle. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of each leg. So c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. So let's use this Pythagorean theorem to write an equation. So the hypotenuse squared is what? Hypotenuse is 150. So 150 squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. So x squared plus 200 minus x squared. And then solve for x from this equation. Okay, 15 squared is 225. So 225, 2 more zeros. X squared plus 200 squared is 4, and then 4 zeros. Minus 2ab. 2 times ab, so 400x plus x squared. Alright, then this is equal to, move everything to the right, then x squared, minus 400x, and then minus 22,500 is plus 17,500. Alright, from here, so we have an equation like this. Oh, this is 2x, sorry, this is 2x. And then since these numbers are even, we can divide it by 2. So minus 200x plus 8,750. So we have a quadratic equation, then let's find x. In this case, why don't we use quadratic formula? Okay, the quadratic formula is what? Negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Bad boy, succeed or fail when he tries to escape from from prison. Need what? Boy needs square, right? Power of 2. Then go for action. It's time for action. Then write a letter to all. Okay, so let's plug in all these a, b, c values. So that is equal to negative b. Now we gotta use calculator. Negative b is negative 200 plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2 times a. Then x is equal to, use the calculator. Then, positive 200 plus or minus square root of, inside the square root is 5,000 over 2. Then this is equal to, 5,000 is what? 2,500. This is 2,500 times 2. 2,500 is 50 squared, right? 50 squared. over 2. Then, okay, divide each by 2. Then 100 plus or minus 50 square root of 2. So this will give us the numbers. Okay, use the calculator. So one is 10 plus 50 square root of 2, 100. Or 100 minus 50 square root of 2 meters. So this is the answer. This one or this was the answer. But isn't this a negative number? Okay, this is negative number, so not this one, because this is negative number. Right? And if you use the calculator, then this is equal to 135.4, around approximately this one. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, this is not a negative number. Okay, this is not a negative number. So this is equal to okay, divided by 2 is 25, right? Come on, what are you doing? Right, so that is equal to, and this should be 64.6 meters. So x is either this one or this one. There are two x values, so it doesn't matter which one it is. One can be longer, one can be smaller. So if x is this, then the other side is what? It's this one, because that's 200 minus this. Okay, so the length is what? 130. So you know, the one of the side of the the sidewalk is 135.4 meters, and the other side is 64.6 meters. Okay, this example is about finding the height of a rocket. All right, if a rocket is launched straight upward, and then once it goes up, then it will fall down and then later hit the ground. The function h represents the distance from the ground to the rocket, and that is given. So obviously the t time is greater than or equal to 0, and the time is in second, and height is in feet. The first question is when? How long will it take? When the height will be 432 feet. The height of the rocket. So the rocket reaches the height 432 feet above the ground. Okay, then this is just plug in 432 for h, right? So for this one, plug in 432. Then solve for t. So move all terms to the left. Then 16t squared minus 192t plus 432 is equal to 0. And then divide this by 16, or factor of 16. Then t squared minus, is it 16, so 2 is 12t plus, 16 times what is 432? So use a calculator. 432 divided by 16, then that should be 27 is equal to 0. Then from this trinomial, let's find two pairs, and 27 is 3 times 9, and then both negative. So this is negative 9t minus 9t, negative 12t. So this is equal to 16 times t minus 3, t minus 9 is equal to 0. So from here, t is equal to 3 seconds or 9 seconds. 3 seconds or 9 seconds. Why there are two of them? Okay, because 9 seconds is when the rocket goes up. So when it goes up, the distance after 3 seconds, it reaches 432 feet above the ground. And then once it goes to the top, and then when it falls down, it reaches another 432 feet above the ground. So there are two time intervals, 3 and 9. 3 seconds and 9 seconds. Okay, the next question is how long, what is the time, how long will it take for the rocket hit the ground? Okay, that means once the rocket hit the ground, this indicates that the height between the rocket and the ground is 0. So we just set h equal to 0. So if h equals 0, then the equation is 0 equals negative 16 t squared plus 192t. Then from here, okay, you can factor out negative 16t, then t minus 12. So from here, let this one 0, let t minus 12 0, so t equals 0 second or 12 seconds. Okay, 0 second is what? Before launch, right? So not this one. So after launching the rocket, it takes 12 seconds to get the rocket back to the ground.